Hello and welcome to Richard's Thailand. On this video, talking about the first time I went to Thailand. Announcement at the end of the video, so stay tuned. Hi guys, so welcome to the video. I want to talk a bit about the first time I went to Thailand really. It all started years ago now. I came into a group of new friends through some other friends, and one of them, Graham, used to live in Thailand for many years. He used to own a bar out there, and he came back anyway due to personal circumstances, and so I met him, and we used to go out for some drinks together, etc. And we got talking, you know, got good friends, and it's only then that I realised that he went to Thailand. Now I've always been, you know, interested in the West really, America, Florida, that sort of thing. Never been to the East, never been anywhere near that way, especially Thailand. It didn't interest me at all. So anyway, I got convinced basically to come on holiday with Graham. And it turns out 4 of us went that first time. There was Graham, there was another Richard, there was me, and there was Muttley, Andy. And we nicknamed ourselves the Bangkok 4 because that's where we were going. We were having a night in Bangkok first. Good memories. But it was, I remember the flight was China Southern. It wasn't the best flight at all. I think we went to the far side of China, which was about an 11-12 hour flight, and then we had a 2-hour stopover in somewhere, Guanhui or something like that. I might put the name of it down the bottom if I find out. And then we had a 4-hour flight back down into Thailand. An awful flight that was. That first flight was awful. I won't go to China Southern again. I only say that, we only went with them because it was so cheap. I think it was £334 return from Heathrow to Bangkok. So yeah, it was a bargain price, which is why we went. So anyway, it got close to going. We was all getting excited. Then the morning arrives. So we all meet up. And we drive down to Heathrow, and we have a night in a hotel in Heathrow. And it was just on the outskirts of the airport. It was a bit rough. It was a bit like Fawlty Towers, to be honest with you. And we all stayed in one room, like an attic room with 4 beds in it. You couldn't go to the toilet stood up because the roof was so low, so you had to like crouch when you go to the toilet. But it was, yeah, it was all part of the experience really. It's the start of a holiday in the loft.
Hey, I'll tell you what, you're excited to tell you,
We'll just watch Muttley carry that case up.
I think Richard was checking it out. It's always everything.
Mine's mega heavy.
Gin, coffee, there's everything.
It's Fireman Muttley.
It's cheese dog.
So anyway, we got on the flight, we got out there. About 6 hours into the flight, my legs started killing me, and I knew I had another 5 hours to go. So it was a really uncomfortable flight going out, I must admit. But we got there in the end, Bangkok. What an airport as well! Wow, I've never seen anything that big before. We went through, went out, and we had a night in Bangkok. We arrived just in time to go home, shower, change, and come back out. So we're all out. I remember that's when I went. Well, it's my first beer bars. Now the beer bars I couldn't get enough of. I love the beer bars. You know, and I've not seen anything like these anywhere. I would say one thing about Bangkok. I wouldn't want to stay there for more than one day. Yeah, Bangkok is well, the area that we were in was not very nice at all. It's smelly, dirty, a bit run down, but it was cheap, and it was only for one night. It was close to the bars. So I went to these beer bars. I've never seen anything like them in my life. Wow, how good are the beer bars? I was loving them. Talking to the locals, getting a drink, inviting people to sit down with you, have a drink with you. Loving it. And then it happened. My friends wanted to go to a go-go bar. Now my first question was, what's a go-go bar? And we went in, and I've got to say, the first time I went into the go-go bar, I hated it. I was so embarrassed. I was looking at the floor. I was drinking my beer, and I was looking at the floor. I wasn't even looking at the dance stage. And it wasn't a regular go-go bar as such. This one was filthy. I mean, they were doing all sorts on stage. Sorry about the sun glare, guys. It's terrible, terrible sun glare. I was so embarrassed. I had to look at the floor. So that's where I'm going to leave that night. I'm not going to go into any more detail on it. But anyway, we went back to the hotel, had some food at like 5 in the morning. Yeah, and then next day comes, we get a taxi down to Pattaya. And so that's my first night in Thailand, in Bangkok. Pattaya, when I got to Pattaya, we arrived at the hotel and was greeted by some friends of Graham's who owns the hotel. There was another Graham, Glenn. So we settled into the hotel. I love the hotel. It's the only hotel I stay in now when I go to Pattaya. I'll only ever stay there. I like it that much. And I like to think I'm quite good friends with the owner as well now, Glenn. And other people, you know. But yeah, the hotel's great. And we got looked after as well because we knew the owner. You know, the owner looked after us. You know, we did all the local bars, and again the first night in Pattaya, we did a few beer bars again, and we ended up in a go-go bar again. And again, I was stood looking at the floor all night. I couldn't bring myself to. I thought I was being rude by looking at them on stage. So I was looking at the floor, and everyone was saying, take a look up. Which I did take the occasional glance. It was a good night that night. We all got very drunk. And that was my first night in Pattaya. I also met another of Graham's friends, John, who owned a bar / go-go at the time, actually. Yeah, and we gelled really well, all of us. And we got took to places. You know, we didn't just stay on the soy we was at. You know, we got took to things like Mimosa, and I'd never seen anything like Mimosa either. And I remember at the time saying, these all look fantastic on stage at Mimosa. And then they said to me, yeah, they're all men. And I was like, you what? I said, no, they're not all men. I mean, she's not a man. And I know now that I think there are some women there now, and I know there are some lady boys in it now. There's definitely women in it now, as far as I know. But 5-6 years ago when I first went, apparently that they were all men. or so I was told. But they looked, I mean, you could not tell. But the show was fantastic, amazing. So we had some photos, I took some videos. If I can dig it out on my old computer, I might insert it around about now. Was a long time ago on a bad phone. Yeah, but I love Mimosa. I've been back a few times as well. But you know, basically that first holiday, we basically just stayed around Beach Road, really. Beach Road, Second Road, in the bay. Something else I've done as well is the first time I went was Loy Krathong. I know I haven't pronounced that right. You try pronouncing anything in Thai right. And it was also international fireworks display as well. Fantastic. I mean, Loy Krathong was good, but the firework display on the beach was amazing. I'd highly recommend you go to an international fireworks display, I think it's called. I highly recommend you go and see that. Fantastic. I've also done Songkran a couple of times. Songkran is, if you've never been to Songkran, you've definitely got to go and see it. I remember we were water fighting till 7 in the morning in a bar, a bar and club. We went to a club afterwards. Went to a foam party actually. Filthy foam parties are, filthy. But yeah, I was in the bar, we was water fighting all night. You've definitely got to go and see it at least once. It might not be your cup of tea because in Pattaya it lasts about 5-6 days and you get fed up in the end. But it's definitely worth seeing at least once. And you might be someone that loves it and want to go all the time to see it. But Songkran is definitely another one like Loy Krathong to go and see. And yeah, it was a drinking holiday. We did drink a lot most nights. But that's what we went for that first time. And that was it basically. I made some friends for life. Definitely I made some friends for life. And I feel now I could go on my own without my other friends. Because I know so many people out there. I think I'd be fine on my own. But yeah, it was very enlightening first experience. I have to say, since the 6 years I've been going to Pattaya now, I must say I am hooked. I've never been anywhere else since Pattaya. And now I'm mostly looking at longer term holidays out there, maybe a month, 2 months, up to 3 months at a time. and I can't think of anything more I'd like to do. So yeah, that's my first holiday in Thailand basically. Not loads going off, I know, but it was an experience for someone that's never been Eastern before. And I've gone back every year since. Sometimes I've gone back 2 times a year. So, the announcement. I'm going back to Thailand. As you know, I'm in the UK at the minute. I've booked my flights. I'm going from Heathrow on the 20th of November to the 4th of December. So just a short holiday, 2 weeks. But I am going back to Thailand. I am going back to Pattaya. And I'm going for Loy Krathong, which is a big festival if you don't know what it is. It's the one where they let loads of lanterns off on the beach. You've probably seen things on TV. People that have been out there have probably seen it themselves. But it's going to be amazing as well. So yeah, I think the next video you're going to see will be me coming after my holiday, because I won't be taking my laptop unfortunately, which means I've got to go there, record everything I need to record, then come back after the holiday. I will edit it all, I'll try and make 2 or 3 videos out of it really. But yeah, announcement, 20th of November, I'm going to Thailand. Also as well, for the first time in 6 years, I'm flying direct with Thai Airlines. Or is it Airways? Thai Airways, Thai Airlines. Yes, it's Thai Airways, I've double checked. I've never flown Thai Airway or Airlines. I think it's Airlines. I've never flown Thai anyway. And again, Airways. And I've never flown direct. So, if any of you guys have, let me know what the airline's like. Let me know what the direct flight's like as well, because I normally hate them after I can normally tolerate about 6 or 8 hours, and then I have to move, you know, walk around. So if anyone's ever flown direct, or everyone's flown Thai Airlines, whichever one it is. Yep, so I'll see you out there. I may do a live, if I can do a live stream, I'll do a live stream, or a couple, and get them up on YouTube. Failing that, if I can make a video that doesn't need editing, just some footage maybe, then I'll do that as well for you. But if not, I'll see you after the holidays. Thanks for watching.